Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and yeah, we're back here again. This is where the meta is, again. Doesn't matter how much Ryan nerfs Samira, doesn't matter how much they nerf the monkeys portion of this deck, they nerfed Inferna, they nerfed Tolao, like, they have nerfed so many cards in this deck, and yet, here we are again. Yes, Fizz Samira is once again one of, if not the best deck in the meta. And doesn't matter that the monkey package that got nerfed, because now we switch right back to what Fizz Samira used to do back when Samira was released, which is just Fleet Admiral Shelly and just the whole Elusive package. So this version of the deck is going right back to that Elusive package, just making a lot of big Elusives, getting a lot of value from the Inferno draw, and just being able to level up Samira so quickly. A lot of situations I just went through the rally plus Elusive. So I have to showcase it. One of the best decks if you're looking to climb. We had some fun yesterday, so today we're gonna go more into the meta. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Enjoy. In this matchup, we're going against Dr. Shakov, who's playing an Overwhelm deck, right? So Sejuani plus Bard. We have Warning Shot, we have Fizz. I want to have Samira. Inferno is so good. The Fizz is not as critical in this matchup, just because I know that the opponent can easily... I like the Inferno. I guess we can keep the Fizz. Opponent should have a lot of removal in this deck, right? It's what I'm trying to get at. The opponent should have a lot of removal, so the Fizz is not necessarily like important, because they don't have a lot of removal to be able to deal with like my stuff, right? We don't get the 2 damage, opponent gets Omen Hook, that's cool. Get the Shelly, alright, so we can just kind of play for the Shelly instead. I'm okay with that. I don't want to deal with this Ruthless Raider and take too much damage, right? So let's just kill it now. If I let this Overwhelm stay on the field, I'm not gonna get to my Father Fury turn. So I'm not gonna get to my Father Fury turn. Unfortunately, our hand is like really awkward, right? Our hand is like super awkward here. I guess we can play Inferno. Weapons, maybe, yeah, because the opponent probably has a Bone Club. So if the opponent has a Bone Club, if we say, okay, opponent has a Bone Club that they're gonna play this turn, we probably need to play a unit that we can chump block with, right? So that's why I was thinking of playing this Father Fury just like that. Okay, so this is not a Bone Club. This is gonna be a Combat Cook. I guess that kind of sucks, but it's not impossible. Combat Reel gives them that extra mana. I'm gonna just play the Inferno. I'm gonna need this draw. I'm just gonna have to try to develop my board, right? So I'm gonna have to just try to develop my board next turn. And we're gonna do it through the Inferno draw. We're gonna open attack with the Inferno. It's too early for the Shelly because I don't want to play the Shelly and they have nothing else. So I don't know. Let's see. So the opponent gets another equipment here, Darkened Spear.
Hammer, tongs, anvil.
We can block the 1 damage here. Don't think it's a problem. Opponent gets to buff with their units. And we go from there. So again, I think I want to just attack. I think I need to get the draw. If the opponent freezes this Inferno, we're in a lot of trouble. They don't freeze her, so that's good for us. So we know the opponent has 4 cards. We can begin with... Let's begin with the Bar Chain. We got another Shelly. That Shelly's gonna die. We're gonna go Father Fury here. Warning Shot, that's not bad. We probably do want to peek at their hand, right? But maybe the opponent plays one more thing here, perfect. So now we can plunder. Opponent has 3 sisters, Sorian. I'm more scared of the 3 sister, and he also helps me more. than if they don't have the three sisters, right? So we can go here. The three sisters, we can use it ourselves next turn. Let's just go ahead and play this warning shot. We got a lot of draw. Let's go ahead and play this now, just so that we have another blocker. Okay. I guess we're not meant to get another blocker. Okay, so the three sisters, right? We know that the opponent has another three sisters. We also have the pirouette now, so that's amazing. It means that the opponent has to open attack. So the pirouette means that the opponent has to open attack. So the fact the opponent didn't open attack, which means that we can go warning shot. And I guess just go here and here. We're still gonna need to probably block that combat cook. We can start setting up for the Shelly.
More air, more coals.
Remember, we have this freeze, right? So this Samira is gonna level up. Opponent has access to their own freeze. We probably want to level up Samira. I think I probably want to level up Samira.
Here, let me see that.
Ah, you know, that's pretty smart. That's very smart from them, because by doing it this way, now we know that the opponent could potentially percent lethal, right? So the opponent could technically percent lethal here by having the 4 cost, right? Losing the Inferno could be a problem. We know that the opponent has access to the Sejuani spell, Fury of the North, to present this last 3 damage, and that's where we go ahead and present our freeze to stop whichever one the opponent buffs. It is gonna slow down our Shelly though, but then we will have the Samira level up.
There are 2 types of people.
So by using the freeze, we get to level up Samira, which gives us a 0 cost flare on top of the 1 flare we already have here. And I think that's what the Chekhov is looking at right now, because he knows that I have a freeze in my hand, right? So he knows that I have a freeze in my hand. We know that he went for the Fury. He goes for the Fury. We can just freeze. We freeze the Omen Hawk. We get the Samira level up.
Don't hold anything back.
And then next turn we do our thing. The problem is that he still has so many units, right? So here's my problem now. We could get the Shelly down. Do we have enough to commit lethal with the Shelly on the field and the amount of cards that we have? So Shelly gives me 4 mana. And we have enough 1-draw spells that we should be able to actually let the Samira level up. So we have enough 1-cost spells here that this is fine. The opponent gets to heal a little bit. So the reason why Chekhov is gonna lose here is because we do have enough to be able to rally, right? So we're gonna just go flare. We're gonna pick in their hand to see the last 2 cards we need to play around. One of them is a freeze, so one of them is gonna be a freeze, which means that we probably won't need to keep this all out to be able to do whatever we need to do. So if one of them is a freeze, one of them is a freeze. We can go like this. So we can go like this first, right? I need to be able to attack with Samira before we trigger her rally. We're gonna go second flare and we're gonna challenge. I guess we don't need, because the reason that I guess we don't need to challenge, right? We don't need to challenge. We can just go 1. Because we know that the opponent has to use the freeze on one of these elusives, which lets my Samira be able to kill one of their units. So then we attack. We have the all out available, which will trigger the rally, and we get the 0-cost Samira spell to let us where we need to be. If the opponent doesn't commit the freeze right here, they still lose because then we just rally with the flare. So he has to commit the 3 sisters right here, and the moment that he does, we play the all out on whatever unit the opponent freezes, and we just win the game anyways. And I think Shekov just sees that, because we still have access to the 1 mana to be able to play another card to get the Samira rally. And
Let's make the next mission
like
riskier, huh?
this deck is just ridiculous. So GG's. In this match, we're gonna against Heimerdinger Jayce. In this matchup, Fizz is gonna be so good, right? Because Fizz is gonna be a unit that the opponent cannot really deal with. This, honestly, man, these all outs are kind of crazy too, though. Wow. Maybe just one. Maybe just one. I don't think I need both. I like the warning shot, right? So I like the warning shot. I don't think we need both all outs. No, okay, we ended up getting the second one anyways. We have the Inferna, which is awesome. But I can tell you one thing. Opponent's not going to be able to really kill this Samira. Opponent's not going to be able to kill this Samira. We could parley this just because. Not opposed to it. Right, so if we parley this first, it allows us to play the Samira. Alright, so now we can play Samira. And we already have the plunder trigger to be able to enable the all out without having to use the warning shot. Okay, perfect.
Come on, you sorry
So we go like this. And that's the first all out. Get rid of the Quietus, not even a Mystic shot. I do think I want to save the rest of my all-outs, though, for after when I have Inferna on the field, because I need to have the draw. So I need to have the draw here. So I want to have this Inferna on the field before anything else. We don't have a lot of draw if we let this Inferna die. Let the opponent play their Mystic. We play the second all-out. If the opponent has a second Mystic, they get to kill the Samira. Otherwise, they're just taking 4 damage to the face, and that was just 4 damage to the face. Okay. So here we go. We get the flare. If the opponent plays like a Jayce here, they should always go Challenger, right? Yeah, so they should always go Challenger, which does let them kill the Inferna. We could just say, screw it, let you challenge her, and then we'll just play the all out on the Inferna anyways, but it's too easy for the opponent to have a Shock Blast available. So I don't know that I want to drop this Inferna down just yet. I don't know that I want to drop this Inferna down just yet, right? I think I want to force him to actually go ahead and kill this if they want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and force him to kill this. The problem here is that we do lose on the level up on the Samira by not playing the... And we lose on the draw, so maybe it was correct to play the Inferna. Even if we have to play around a Shock Blast. If we had let us level up Samira, we should have been really good at getting us where we needed to be. Let's play Inferna and eat up their first removal here. Go Harvest or Vengeance. Okay. I'm in a very tough spot. We don't have the Fizz, and we don't have a lot of draw. We don't have any other card that we can really get with Inferna, right? We don't have any other plunder triggers. I think keeping the hand that I did was super greedy, right? We didn't have a use for the warning shot yet. And we have already used all our plunder stuff. And as I say that, I get the Barb Chain. So I think I'm down to play Inferna here. But I'm down to play this Inferna. I'm gonna not... Ooh. And there's the Fizz. So now we can play the Fizz and still have access to the flare that the opponent obviously sees in our hand. Opponent has used a Quietus plus something else. The downside here is that the Fizz cannot attack. So the Fizz is not able to attack without losing to a second Soul Harvest or like a Mystic. So I guess for now, let's just push the 3 damage. Keep our Fizz back. as a way for us to finish the game, but the opponent's gonna easily get elusive blockers. So unless we get pirouette, it's gonna be a problem. Double Samira. Oof. Not great. So the opponent gets the elusive blocker. The good thing about the Samira is that it does let me challenge. This is also a lot of burn. It does let me challenge the elusive turret, right? So it does let me challenge the elusive turret, which is better than nothing. We have a second Samira that we can play anytime. We can play the Bard Chain here. Opponent's not allowed to attack. I guess we'll just play this out here. I really don't want to lose this Samira. But I think I have to save this as a reaction tool. Yeah, there he goes. Whew! Thank you. Thank you, opponent. Yeah, so they did it this way because they wanted to deal with the Samira. That's another Quietus out of the way. Sucks that we lose the Bard Chain. That's the third Bard Chain, and this was our second Inferno. But I think Fizz alone can just finish this game now. We challenge the floor be gone, and opponent should have a way to deal with the Fizz. And also try, like, they will have to try to deal with the Fizz while also trying to save the floor be gone. And we get another 2 draw here coming up soon. I just need to open attack before the opponent can summon a second elusive turret, and we should be okay. We also don't block anything here except the floor be gone if the opponent attack with it. This is 3, 5, 7. And that's enough for lethal? Wow, wait. What if we just go Shelly now? But the opponent could easily have another way to just kill us, right? So I think we just go for the challenge first. This oops, wrong one. There's a lot of tempting information here to go for this Shelly. But I think it's so easy for the opponent to have an answer if we go for Shelly. So, because, yeah, they get another elusive blocker and then our Fizz cannot push damage. If the opponent doesn't have a way to kill one of these 2 units, they still just lose. And even then, we still have the burn, right? Because the Samira gets us 1 burn, we have the warning shot, and we have the pirouette. So that's 3 health. The Fizz and the Inferno are dealing 4. If opponent finds like a Mystic, they're probably going to try to kill the Burblefish. So a little bit close there because I felt like I was running out of resources, but we get what we need to. We get the triple Samira in this game, so GG's. In this match, we're going against... Ooh, okay, so Ryze and Diana. This could actually be good for the opponent, by the way. And the reason I say that is because I'm guessing that the opponent is actually playing Hush, right? So I'm assuming that the opponent is playing Hush. And the Hush is actually so good against us. I'm gonna keep this hand. I want to experiment with this hand and just get a bunch of spells and just instead rely on the Shelly coming down and just messing stuff up, right? So I'm gonna just try to get a lot of spells with the Coral Creatures, be able to have the Shelly on the field and be able to buff everything. I'm guessing that this opponent's gonna have some sort of Hush at least, right? Like, it doesn't make sense otherwise. I don't mind this because even if the opponent has Diana, I think I'm fine. This also protects me against the Shower Betrayal. So by playing the Coral Creatures first, it means that the Samira doesn't eat up the Shower Betrayal. Even if the opponent gets access to like Pell Cascade here, they're gonna get punished by the double all out.
I cannot turn back. I will be heard.
I think it's worth it. I think Diana is gonna be a problem. It sucks that we won't be able to kill that Cosmic Jungling though, but at least we let Diana out of the way. I think Diana is gonna be a problem in the grand scheme of things, right? So I think this is fine. We also get the Flare back. It just sucks that we use so many resources here and don't really get to level up the Samira, right? So could be better. Could be better. We could go Coral Creatures here. And we even get the Fizz now. So let's go Coral Creatures first. See what the opponent goes for before we commit for the Stylish Shot, right? Again, opponent could easily have a Hush here. So I have to be just a little bit careful. Okay. If they tap out of the 2 mana, then I know they don't have the Hush. If they do have the Hush, they will be able to kill my Fizz. So maybe we go like this. Maybe we go like this and play this flare out. So the opponent, that way we play around the Hush, killing the Fizz, as well as get an additional flare from Samira, which will allow us to level up Samira next turn. Shower Betrayal, yeah, kills the Kuro creatures, that's fine. This is gonna eat up another one. Opponent gets to kill 2 back up. This Samira is gonna level up. Is that worth it? What if this is not worth the level up? What if we just save all our spells? Is this worth it? Wow, is the level up worth it? Or is it better for me to just save all my spells, have double Shelly, and just get value from double Shelly on the field instead? It's a risk. This is definitely a calculated risk. The opponent gets some nice value here. A Pell Cascade will kill the Samira. So the Pell Cascade will kill the Samira if we go Bloodbait plus Flare. I also don't like the idea of the Bloodbait just affecting us. I guess we can get the Burblefish out, so that's not bad. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's get value from the Shelly. Get our Shellys a little bit bigger. Because the opponent can easily just block this Samira anyways and then have Pell Cascade, I'm just going to deal 1 to the opponent Nexus. Actually, it doesn't matter because the opponent just heals it up. So I should have just put the Challenger on the Samira. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have just put the challenge on the Samira. Let's go Stylish Shot. Let's go Burblefish. And just push the damage here. We got another Stylish Shot. The opponent needs to have... Yeah, what am I thinking? Because of the double Burblefish, this was never dying to... I could have actually killed the Cosmic Youngling. This wasn't dying to a Hush, right? To a Pell Cascade, sorry. Like, we could have actually just blocked that. Like, even if the opponent did this, we knew that the Samira was going to survive. I forgot about the double Shelly. I was only accounting for 1 Shelly, buffing this up to 2 health, and the opponent being able to block exactly like this with the Pell Cascade. So we should have given this Challenger, and it still have been in a good spot. At this point, though, I don't see how we lose this. We have Fizz, we have a Shelly still in the field, and we have double Stylish Shot. And this, okay, this Samira is gonna die, which kind of sucks, but I guess that's fine. We'll go ahead and just level her up. We'll level up the Samira.
That's when you thought you'd seen it all.
We'll level up the Samira. We can actually play the Snapjaw, and if the opponent tries to block the Snapjaw, we can buff it up with the Flare, because we're gonna have this Shelly activating. So let's say that the opponent kills the Samira, right? Which they will. Opponent has to block the Snapjaw. If they don't block the Snapjaw, we're pushing 1 damage. If they do block it, we just Flare, and this is forcing the opponent to have a Pell Cascade to save the Diana. There we go. Okay, so they save the Diana, but I uses up their Pell Cascade right now. And then next time we just go double Stylish Shot. And that triggers the Shelly again. I guess the opponent could have some sort of stun, right? Cosmic Binding or something similar. And that could be a problem. Yeah, here we just go Stylish Shot. Stylish Shot again. We'll go ahead and pull this one. Let the opponent block this one if they want to. And just go like this. I guess if the opponent has like a Hush. Nah, yeah, we gotta pull it like this, right? We gotta pull it this way. That way the opponent has to actually block this. They could have... I was thinking of the 5 mana spell, right? The Moonlight Affliction. They could technically Hush my whole board. But even if they Hush my whole board, they don't have enough blockers to be able to stop the lethal. So, yeah, they shouldn't have any way to stop this, right? The Hushes and the Moonlight Afflictions were kind of scary. But it just doesn't make sense. And there was a misplay that I made this game, as you saw. I should have given Challenger to Samira. But aside from that, I feel like it would have been the same situation anyway. So because the opponent ended up blocking Samira regardless. So GG's. And that's 500 OP. Like, this deck is nuts. In this matchup, we're going against Entox, who's playing Jhin, Norra, and Gnar. If I can get the Fizz to stick on the field, it's going to be really difficult for Entox to really do a lot here, right? So I think we keep one Fizz, because it's usually our best way to really deal with whatever they want to do to us, right? So we can keep the Fizz here. We'll drop the Fizz. Let them waste the removal if they want to. He might actually go for it, just hoping that we don't have the warning shot. We have the warning shot. So there goes the pie toss. And then we go like this. So now the opponent loses the pie toss as well as the second part of that pie toss. Now this is a little bit more awkward here, right? Because anything that we do here is gonna if we play any of these cards, is not gonna be great for us. Oh, but we get Samira, so we're chilling. So we can go Samira into the 1 damage and then have access to all out. So we go for the minor. There we go. And the reason I'm gonna do the damage to the Nexus is so that we can enable the all out or the Bard chain, either way. Okay. And we have the flare now, so like I said, this Fizz is like always protected. And as long as this Fizz is always protected, opponent's gonna have a much harder time really dealing with us than otherwise. The Fizz alone is gonna win us the game. I don't think that I need to play the Bard chain just yet. I think I'm fine to go for Inferno. Oh, well, that one kind of sucks a little bit. I guess we'll go Inferno. Let them take the Gnar hit, right? Sure. Let them take the Gnar hit. It does mean that we're probably better off now. I don't have the Shelly, right? So I don't have the Shelly, which makes this a little bit more awkward. We can go Flare here. Let's go all out. See what we get from the Inferno. We got the Father Fury. Let's go Father Fury. I don't think the opponent has really anything that really affects me that much here. This is great because now it lets me target the Conchologist. And we still have access to a second Samira all out and the Bard chain to protect us. So we can actually level up potentially Samira as well as the Fizz all in this turn. Okay, so this is even better. So now we go like this. Opponent goes down to 5. Yeah, I think we just chill here. Opponent goes for the Poke Stick. We go for the second all out. Fizz levels up. We eat up the Poke Stick. Opponent's gonna have to have a Pythos or something similar to kill this Father Fury, but it still lets us push that extra damage there. So now opponent goes down to 2, and we have a flare that we're gonna get back from the Samira. And opponent just loses. Like this hand was ridiculous. Well, like we had the Fizz, we eat up the pipes right away because the opponent didn't play around us having warning shot. And then we get the Samira and get to literally level up Samira this turn because we were one more spell, which was gonna be the Bard chain that we were gonna use this turn to level, or even I guess we don't have to use the Bard chain. We could use the Samira flare and then use the Burble Fish. So, like, wow, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Jayce and Heimer. Fizz is the MVP of this matchup because it cannot get removed. Unfortunately, I also need to be careful, though, that the opponent, let's try to look for something else. I need to be careful. Oh, this is not a great hand for this matchup. I need to be careful about the Heimer, right? If the Heimer gets enough elusive blockers, this becomes really hard for us to win. We do have the Shelly, but we don't have Fizz, we don't have Samira. A couple swindles. Who'll give us the answer for the Heimer when it comes down?
So pretty.
Like, who'll give us the answer for the Heimer when it comes down, but it's not like it's a perfect solution. It's not a perfect solution here. Don't think it's correct to play the swindle just yet. I want to probably save it for when we have the Shelly in the field. Oh, wow. That's interesting. That is very interesting. So the opponent's just going to try to get that headstick handler and just get the value right away. What if we swindle and get a mystic shot out of this? This also works. Now, why do we go like this? I'm more scared of this, though. So Scrapton. Yeah, I'm more scared of Scrapton Production Surge Aftershock, right? So the opponent has the way to kill the Shelly. Okay. So they're able to give all their units Brash now, all their turrets at least. Do we pick again? No, I think I do want to keep the first Shelly. Like, I need to be able to get some value from this Shelly.
No outsiders.
Alright. Very likely that the opponent's gonna just try to kill this first Shelly. I think I let that happen, right? I think I'm okay going like this. Playing Warning Shot, Barb Chain. And starting again. Yep, there it is. I know that you have it. So we go Warning Shot, we go Barb Chain. At least get one value out of it. Get a bunch of draw next turn. And potentially get the Fizz from that draw. A Mystic Shot could be annoying with the Father Fury. Inferna and Samira. So we can go Samira.
For permission or forgiveness?
Probably need to let go of the Inferna though. I want to challenge this guy right here. Whoa. Wait. So that just opens the doors for me to do anything, right? We can just go Inferna. Go Flare. Challenge the Adaptron. My units are Brash blockers, so as much as the Brash is hitting me, it's not like killing me. And we have second Shelly next turn. I guess opponent was hoping that they could get a bunch of like elusive blockers maybe. Samira can level up not that hard in this. Yeah, especially now with the warning shot. So Samira can level up. We block the 8-8. We take 6. So if we block the 8-8, we take 6. Okay, opponent's just gonna kill Samira before... Okay, so they had 2 aftershocks. But now that gets punished because now you have nothing to do against this Shelly. So that's unfortunate for you. So... Now, obviously we have to block, right? Obviously we have to block. Does it matter if we push damage here? Like, does this damage matter, I guess, is my question. Maybe. I guess we might as well use it, right? We might as well just use it and see what the opponent has. Formula is amazing. The Vengeance is a little bit annoying, but at least it's not impossible. We end up getting a great hit right here. So we can actually go for the second Kuro creatures. Get ourselves some mana. The formula is a great draw. Like, absolutely amazing. Opponent has Vengeance that we know of.
Let's make tomorrow today.
And formula. And we saw the 4 Chief. It was the last card, right? So let me get that Fizz. Let me get that Fizz. That's not a Fizz. I'm kind of scared of Ruination a little bit. If this opponent has Ruination, we haven't seen it after 2 tries. I think I'm just gonna say they don't have it. Perfect. So now this is game, right? So now this is game. We have 6 mana, so we can go Flare. This is lethal already. Opponent has to commit an answer. And once they commit an answer, we just do everything else. We even have an Elixir of Wrath to add insult to injury. So this is going to be a Vengeance. Unfortunately, the opponent got the Heimer a little bit too late. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, it's obvious that I have enough to just beat you from here. And that really sucks, right? Like, the only option would have been a Ruination. And because we didn't see it on the 2 swindles that we did, I was pretty much saying that the opponent didn't have it. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Diana and Ryze. So we just played against the same opponent. I like the Kuro creatures, right? I like the Coral Creatures. I don't know that I need the All Out or the Swindle just yet. I think I like the Fizz and I like the Coral Creatures. I guess the Swindle actually, you know, the Swindle would have been really good. And I'm glad I got it back. Because there's a lot of ways for the opponent to be able to like opponent could have like a Hush, and I want to be able to be mindful of that. We can go Coral Creatures here. We can play Fizz, play Jettison, get some Fizz damage, call it a day. If the opponent doesn't summon anything, we can just play Barb Chain for free. And I'm okay. I guess the problem with the Barb Chain is if I get a Shelly, I won't be able to play that Shelly. So just need to be a little bit careful of that. Opponent could have a Diana to be able to kill the Fizz next turn, which could also be a problem. Maybe we just Swindle to start with. Or we don't need to do any spells either, right? Like, I guess the Swindle is kind of cute, but we don't need to do it right now. Yeah, we don't need to play the Swindle right now. We can wait until we have the Shelly. At the end of the day, this is gonna be like a
power changes everyone.
Like a big elusive deck, right? So we can just go here first. We can go here first. I do kind of want to play this Flare at the same time. I'm just giving the like I feel like I do need to play this Barb Chain, right? Maybe we just play the Barb Chain straight up without actually doing the Flare. But we will use the Flare next then. Like I do need to start getting value and not give the opponent too much time. How do we do this?
I didn't survive the
How do we do
desert
this?
only to die of boredom.
Because I kind of want to level up this Samira by doing everything next turn instead of doing it on this turn, because the level up will reset, right? So now we're able to at least go like this. So Flare, Father Fury, and get some value out of this. This Samira is going to level up very, very quickly. This prize fight is actually kind of nuts, by the way. Let's go Swindle, take a pick of their hand. Celestial Wonder, Rejuvenating Breeze, Targonian Tailstones. I kind of like the Tailstones. Here. We'll attack like this. This Samira has no problem leveling up. And we can go follow up with the Trickster if the opponent plays like... Okay, so Regenerating Breeze, Targonian Tailstone, and Celestial Wonder. So stun, heal and draw, as well as potentially a Hush right here. So I like this because it does give me access to a potential Hush. Opponent's just gonna heal up the damage. We're just gonna try to level up Samira this time, I think. Right, so we can just try to... Well, I guess we don't have to level her up this time specifically. We can wait. But this Samira is gonna level up very quickly. Warning Shot 2, that's not bad. 3, 6, 7, 8. Swindle again. This is gonna kill the Coral Creature. Sucks that we didn't get the Shelly. Opponent has a lot of healing, but again, they have a lot of work to do here. Diana. Okay, so we can just go here. And we can go... I actually, you know, like, I'm thinking about doing the 1 damage on the Ryze. Like, why don't we do the 1 damage on the Ryze? I'm gonna regret that. Nah, let's go like this. We level up the Samira. We have the prize fight. So dealing the 1 damage to the Ryze doesn't matter, because if this Ryze attacks, the prize fight is gonna be a big punish no matter what. We know that the opponent has access to a Hush with the Tailstones that I need to watch out for. Shadow Reverence, so that does give them this mana back. Let's go Swindle first. Guiding Touch. I don't mind the Guiding Touch. I think it's a cheap spell that we can use right here. Because I'm trying to see if I can actually get the Samira rally this turn, right? So that's gonna be... If I play the Shelly, I don't get the rally. So if I play this Shelly, I'm not getting the rally. If I go here, it's too easy for them to have the stun, right? Because we know that they have the Celestial Wonder. Why did we just go for the Shelly then? Why did we don't worry about the stun this time and we just about the rally this time and we just go for the Shelly?
Oh, come on, come on.
This is a lot of interesting question. Opponent's gonna have. If I go for the Shelly, I'm not committing myself for the rally anymore. Ha 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 ha. Why did we go? Why did we go here?
Want to prove yourself? Now's
Spread
your
out our
chance.
damage. Again, we know that the Samira is probably gonna die. I'm probably gonna get stunned anyways. So let's go like this. This is beautiful. I just want to have access to this prize fight. Or potentially Hush. To do what we need to do. Alright, so we can go prize fight on this guy. And we can go, I guess, Ransom Riches. That's game winning. That's literally game winning. Opponent's gonna lose their Ryze. We get the rally here. Opponent's gonna lose their Ryze. We get the zero cost flare. We play the hammers now. Opponent loses the Ryze to the coral creatures, which stays alive anyways. And then they cry. That's actually so nasty. 5-7. Yeah, this is actually so nasty. Yeah. Wow. 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 Opponent has 7 mana, right? Opponent has 7 mana. Is there a punish for me to play this Shelly? I don't think so, right? I think we just go like this. We deal the 1, we open attack. Like, I don't think we want to play the Shelly. We know opponent has access to a Hush and has access to a Cosmic Binding to stun 2 of my units, but that's a full 5 mana. I don't want to give them the extra mana from playing another shard, so I think I like the open attack better, and we have the Fizz to be able to rally if we feel like we're not going to win, right? Like, if the opponent commits all their mana here to kill our units, we can always just play for Trickster, rally, and just be able to do it all over again. Or we can also go Targonian Tailstone, Blessing of Targon, and buff whichever unit doesn't get blocked, and that's also going to be enough for the 4 damage. So we have options here. Blessing of Targon does the trick, and so does the Playful Trickster. Either one. So the open attack is always better, so that we don't have to deal with any random shenanigans from the opponent getting like the stun here, plus having enough mana to do something else. So, and I think opponent unfortunately rage quit on us. I don't blame them. This is kind of crazy. Okay, they didn't rage quit. I guess they were just thinking. I'm sorry, character. I thought you were, but
Ignorant.
yeah. Doing anything against the Fizz doesn't matter. We press OK, and that's the game. So, GG's. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed those games of Fizz Samira. I played 6 games. I won 6 games. That's my recording session today. Like, this deck is just way too powerful. Like, it's crazy how even after the nerfs, just because of how the meta has shaken out and how there's not like a lot of like, I guess, really good ways for opponents to deal with the elusives or with Fizz, it just comes right back into the meta, right? Like, honestly, in this whole video, the scariest matchups that I had wasn't any of the meta decks like Jayce Heimer, right? The scariest matchups I had was against Diana and Ryze, just because I know they have access to Hush, which now got buffed up to 2 mana. That's the only thing that scares me against this elusive deck, right? People being able to play Hush or being able to play stuff like that, I can stop my elusive attacks. But you don't see Targon that often in the current meta, which is letting this Fizz Samira deck just run wild, and it's so ridiculous. Like, every single game today, like, you saw how crazy of some hands you can get, how sometimes you get some BS answers from RNG that the opponent cannot really play around. It's so crazy, and then you just play Fizz and opponent cannot do anything about Fizz. I do think Riot, until Riot nerfs Fizz, this is gonna continue happening. It's not just Fizz Samira. Last patch, it was Fizz with Targon and Siren Song. Like, Fizz is too good at what he does, not being able to actually remove him. So we have so many metas where Fizz has broken the meta from, again, any of the Fizz Samira decks that you can think of over the past 6 months. Fizz Samira last patch, even all the way back to like Fizz Twisted Fate back from 2 years ago. Like Fizz has been so problematic, and I'm surprised that Riot hasn't actually looked into addressing. But enough of me ranting. I mean, I'm showing you this deck because it literally, you just win. You just win so easily if you play it correctly. And I hope that the video and me talking through my plays helps you learn how to play this deck correctly, where you kind of you have to rely on those big elusive attacks, right? You can't just spit out all your units or just spit out all your cards. Like you saw sometimes I was okay burning some mana if it meant that I would have additional spell cards in my hand for when the Shelly actually comes out into the field. I was even willing to sacrifice one Shelly on the second matchup against Jayce Heimer because I was still getting value out of her, right? So as long as I played the first Shelly, I was getting value by doing the warning shot into the Barb chain, and it's just so ridiculous. Like there's nothing else that can be said about this. So yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about this deck, right? So again, we're going more for the elusive version now of Fizz Samira. The whole game plan is Fire Fury, Inferno, Shelly, Burblefish, and Fizz. Oh, actually, I forgot. Burblefish also got nerfed, and we're still here. Anyways, like, you just want to go for like some big elusives, right? If you can get that Shelly on the field to stick, and you're able to play a couple of spells, and you have a bunch of other elusives on the field, that's all the value that you get, especially if that elusive is Fizz. So what makes this so powerful is that usually how the opponent can counter this is that they can try to kill your elusives, especially the Fire Fury, before you drop your Shelly down. With Fizz, and even a little bit with Inferno, it's really hard for the opponent to do this. Fizz cannot get removed by anything but like Challenger or AoE. And then Inferno has 4 HP, so she's also very hard to remove. So it's not that hard for you to have Fizz on turn 3, Inferno on turn 4, an opponent not being able to deal with either of them, and then you play your Shelly on turn 5, and even if they are able to deal with the Shelly right away, if you get to play 2 or sometimes 4 spells, because Warning Shot costs 0, remember. So sometimes you can actually go Warning Shot and then spend the rest of your 3 mana on 3 other 1 mana spells, or you can just go double Warning Shot, etc. Like you're able to play 2 to 4 spells with this Shelly. That means your Fizz and your Inferno get that buff, and once they get that value from their buff, that's all you can ask for from Shelly, and she becomes, and it's like you got in the value that you need, even though the Shelly ends up dying. So that's kind of what you want to go for in this deck. Just be able to build the board so that when you drop Shelly, you at least get some value from Shelly being on the field before it gets removed. If Shelly doesn't get removed, you just win the game on the spot, because then the next turn you have even more mana to play more spells, or you can just play a second Shelly as you saw in one of the games today and just get double the value with having 2 Shellys on the field, including buffing the other Shelly, which doesn't happen, right? So ideally you want to just slowly kind of play out the game. You don't care about pushing a ton of damage early on. Like early damage is nice, not gonna say that it's bad. Definitely it's nice to have some early damage, but your key turn is just to combo out, to have a bunch of big elusives, so you can just literally kill the opponent with like 3-5 elusives that are just pushing 15 damage to that. So it's not that important. You're not gonna play this as an aggro deck. You're playing this as a control elusive deck, and just remember that, especially because your Burblefish doesn't come down until way later into the game once you have already spent a lot of other mana on a lot of spells. So yeah, just gonna keep that in mind. That's the general strategy. It's a combo deck. If you can level up Samira, nice, but also don't put yourself in a situation where you level up Samira and don't get value, right? Like as you saw in one of the games, I opted not to level up Samira so that I could just pass and have the spells for the Shelly turn instead, right? So again, at the end of the day, it's more of a combo deck, and the Samira level up kind of comes in as an extra icing on the cake. In terms of mulligan, with that said, unless I'm playing against Challenger or something that might have like a Hush or even Quicksand, then I think Fizz is a great keep, right? Because it's going to be really hard for opponents to deal with Fizz as the game goes on. So Fizz, Samira, those are really the 2 things that I'm looking for. I don't mind having the stylish shot, especially if I have the Fizz. Otherwise, probably want to look for some way to draw, right? So Barb Chain or Inferno are the other 2 good keeps after your Fizz and Samira, especially Inferno, because it just lets you get so much value from this draw that the opponent might not be able to play around, right? So yeah, I think that's going to be it for me though. I mean, you know, you can go back to my videos from, I guess, 3 months ago now, back in April/May, where Fizz Samira with the Emerald Shelly was meta, and you can get some additional gameplay videos on how to pilot this deck. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe to us. We post LOI videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.